Hey guys, I'm here with another Swiss Army knife review, and as you see I have my new talking points, and I'm going to start using these from now on, just because I think it gets my ideas a little bit more organized and focused and everything, and allows you guys to, hopefully you can read those, allows you guys to maybe follow along and see what's coming up next, so if you wanted to you could skip through the video if it's too long for your taste. So, this is what I'm going to call the Wenger Commander, and the reason I say that is that the current Wenger Commander, instead of having a flathead driver here, has a corkscrew. Other than that, it's the exact same knife. And as far as I know, this is discontinued. I don't know what the name of this is. I just got it from a friend who had bought a bunch of knives, and he gave this to me, and I don't know what its real name is. I don't know how old it is. If you know what it is, you can leave it in the comments. So, for POU, and I'm just going to review this as the Wenger Commander and pretend that it has that corkscrew, because that's the current version that's available. For POU, it's probably primarily an EDC or an outdoors multi-tool, and I know it's not technically a multi-tool in the sense that it's like a Leatherman or one of the traditional multi-tools you think of. However, the reason I call it a multi-tool is I'm pretty much referring to a multi-tool as anything that you use to accompany your EDC/defensive blade. So you're going to carry this, in your pocket or clipped to your pocket, and then you're going to carry some sort of multi-tool depending on the weight. It could be a Leatherman Charge, TTI or whatever, and that could weigh close to 10 ounces when you get the bit driver and the sheath and everything on your belt. Or you can carry something very light like this. So there's all spectrum of things that you can choose to accompany this, and this is just another one of them. And there's lots of options out there. If you need plier capabilities, this is not the option for you. And this is also probably not your best tactical choice. It's just not. I don't think I even need to explain that. So getting into tool evaluation, the Victorinox Spartan is pretty much in competition with this, very much so. They pretty much have identical tools, and this has the current Victorinox Spartan has the corkscrew, and so if we pretend that this one does, they're very, very similar. So I'm going to kind of compare and contrast them throughout this video. So this has a can opener in comparison to the Victorinox. They're very different styles. This one, I did a can opening test, and I may put a link on the screen to that test. And in there, it kind of proved that this is a little bit more purpose-built tool for can opening, and this one lacks a little bit in comparison. However, you get a 3mm driver on this one. So, pick your poison. Personally, I use that 3mm driver much more than I use the can opener. Now over here, you have this tool, which has your 6mm flathead, your cap lifter, and your wire stripper, which is that little notch right there, which I'm a little skeptical as to how effective that wire stripper is, but it's not like you're giving up anything to get it. It's just a little notch. Okay, so there's the difference in those. They're pretty much identical. However, this one the Wenger is a locking driver, meaning you push down on it this way and it locks into the handle, so like when you're driving a screw in, it's not going to close on you. So if you ever get that problem, it locks in there, and I can feel it doing it. And so that's a pretty cool little invention that they have. Okay, but the way Victorinox tackles that problem is they have a two-stage closing method, so that if it closes, it stops there, and then it closes. Okay, now you get to the main blade. Now, in the POU, or kind of the reasoning for carrying this knife that I think of, some people I know just carry this. and they don't carry a knife like this. And for them, that's fine. You don't really have any defensive capabilities, and I'm not even going to get into the philosophy of whether you should carry a knife for defense or not in this video. But they don't have that. However, they do have the utility. So for me though, I carry, this is the the Spyderco Man X2. A review out on this. So this blade on here is kind of a added bonus blade because I already have the cutting capability of this. So this knife's thinner, and this is better for maybe like, I don't know, cutting up a apple or something, you know, just that type of smaller, more utility type tasks. The steel that they use in this is, I actually like the steel in these. It has very good corrosion resistance, and it kind of has to for this folding design that you can't really take apart, so if you got water in there, you'd want it to be very corrosion resistant. And it doesn't hold an edge amazingly well, or amazingly long. However, you can get it razor sharp, and it resharpens very easily. It doesn't take very much to put a excellent edge back on it. Okay, so you have that blade, and then what I really like that Wenger does is they put a file in here. If you're not familiar, Victorinox puts a small blade there, and I prefer this file because I already have these two blades. I don't need a third small blade. So I prefer that file. However, this file is not perfect. I think it's better than the small blade. However, this is a Victorinox Classic, and sorry if it's not focusing, guys. I'm trying my best here. If you see there, I put my hand there for focus. That has a small flathead on there, the left one, and this one does not. Meaning that you can drive with this and you can't with this. And this doesn't have any small drivers on it because of that can opener that doesn't have it. You don't have any small drivers on here. You only have the large driver. So I really like having a small driver on me. And they say that this is like ground down so you can get under your nails and stuff. However, I'm thinking that you could get under your nails just about any tool on here. You could get under your nails with this large flathead, and it works just as well. So I don't think that that's really a valid qualification for leaving that the way it is. Then getting to the back of the tool here, the version I have right now obviously has this Phillips head, which I prefer, and my philosophy on that is that if you're going, you carry this tool to get the capabilities and an abbreviated capability set while you're out and about. For example, if you have a traditional Leatherman that has its pliers on it, it's not going to have the best capabilities of the best needle nose pliers, and it's not going to have the best of the nuts and bolts capabilities. It's going to be an abbreviation, kind of in between, trying to get the best of both worlds, kind of a mix. So it's not going to be best at everything, but it can do a pretty good job. Now, if you're in your shop and you need to get into a very small space, you're just going to grab your purpose-built needle nose pliers. You're not going to go for your Leatherman that's not going to do as good of a job. So, if you're needing a corkscrew, you're going to be in the kitchen, most likely. Now, I'm talking general terms. Most likely, you're going to be in the kitchen. So, you're going to have a purpose-built corkscrew there that's going to do a better job than this one would. So why are you carrying a corkscrew around with you all day when you need it, you just grab the purpose-built one out of the drawer? I think that a Phillips head comes in handy much more often. However, they're not selling that version anymore, and I'm sad to see that. So I'm going to talk to the corkscrew. So it has a corkscrew on there, and then it has an awl. And this awl is not as good as the Victorinox awl, in my opinion. And you probably, if you know much, know what's coming. It doesn't have that sewing eye, but it's still good enough. And I really like having an awl. for drilling tasks type stuff. Even if your belt's too big or something and you just need to put an extra hole in it, alls come in handy a lot, I think. And then of course, because it's the Swiss Army knife, you have your toothpick and tweezers in there. So yeah, in comparison between these two, you have the small driver, and this one doesn't. But this one's a little bit longer. The Spartan is in comparison to the Commander, and this one's a little shorter and a little bit lighter. They list the weight. This is 1.9 ounces, which is very lightweight. They don't list the weight. However, if I had to guess, I'd guess it's probably around 2.2 to 2.3 ounces. It's a little bit heavier, probably because of that extra length. So you kind of have to just decide which tools are better for you. And everyone runs into totally different tasks every day. So, you know, everyone needs a little bit different tool. The pricing on this, as far as I know, it's going for about $20 as of 2010, give or take a little. So that's pretty affordable. Availability is very high on the current Commander. You can get it all over. In competition, obviously the Victorinox Spartan. If you need pliers, maybe with some of the Leathermans. There's lots of competition. So if this isn't what you're looking for, keep looking. So it's a little bit lengthy review, guys. Sorry, but there's a lot to cover. So see you guys. Hope this helps.